Good evening everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It's Tuesday the 30th of April 2024. It's my birthday today as it goes, and tonight, following the events of the video that we made on Saturday, we head to Stockton Town for their Northern Premier League East Division playoff semi-final against Carlton Town. So first playoff match on the channel this season. Let's get into this. So here I'm in Stockton, and going into this playoff semi-final, Stockton finished in second place in the Northern Premier League East Division table, and as we know from Saturday, we're in with a chance of winning the league and going up, automatically going into the final day of the season. But unfortunately for them, a 4-0 win over Belper Town wasn't enough, as Hebben won 2-0 at Sheffield, as seen on this channel of course. But all the same, that 4-0 win was still an important result for them to go into this game on the back of tonight. I think with the playoffs it is important that the wind is in your sails a little bit. So yeah, it was still an important result for Stockton, and this is now their third attempt at getting out of this league through these playoffs. The first time around they were beaten finalists away at Mask last year, beaten finalists at home to I think it was Long Eaton after finishing second. So they'll be hoping that it's third time lucky this time, and they've been very strong at home this season. They've actually only lost one home game in the league all season, but that was to tonight's opponents, Carlton Town, who finished in 5th place, who will be coming up here as underdogs despite that result. I think it was back end of March, but they'll be up for it. They'll maybe see themselves as not having anything to lose, and I know it's the last playoff spot, but they got in them quite comfortably in the end. I think it was 5 points in the end between them and Belfast, so they'll maybe be quite confident, and it'll be interesting to see just how much of an effect that result on Easter weekend actually has had on the confidence, however, coming up here tonight. But yeah, this is still a very good Stockton team, and they are going to have the work cut out a little bit, but I've got to say, as a neutral, it should be a very, very good game of football this tonight. Obviously it's the playoffs, both teams have to go for it. There's a lot on the line, but then again it might be quite cagey, the two sides maybe a little bit fearful of making mistakes. But yeah, I've got to say I'm really excited for this tonight. The other playoff semi-final is Dunstan versus Pontefract Collieries. Then of course the winners of the two games will meet on Saturday in the final. If Stockton win, then the final will be here, but if Stockton get beat, then Carlton will be away in the final, irrespective of whether that's at Dunstan or at Pontefract. I mean, obviously, as a keen follower of North East football, a keen advocate for it, I'm hoping that the final ends up being Stockton against Dunstan, and it just be a case of may the best team win from there. But you do kind of feel as though like a big part of you does want Stockton to go up, like they have been up there all season, leading the way for most of the time. It's just Hebben got a run together at the end and stole the show a little bit, and as well as we mentioned, missed out in the previous 2 years before this. Is it finally their time? Let's head on down to Bishopton Road West and find out how it all unfolds, and see if for the third year in a row they can get into the final. So the teams warming up at Stockton, getting ready in this half, are going to be in traditional yellow and blue this evening, and Carlton are getting ready in the distance. I think possibly in the Gateshead-esque white away strip. I think their home colours are the same as Stockton's, I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we'll find out for sure when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match. We're on the way. Oh, save. Still on. Oh! This has been a labour song. So I think at one stage, like, the whole league except Northallerton and Thornaby was only on 150, whereas those two could have 300.
Extra over, I'd never else.
Half-time, Stockton Town 1, Carlton Town 0. It's been a scrappy game for the most part. They have cancelled each other out a little bit, but the main thing is that Stockton do find themselves ahead. It was a goal scored not that long before half-time, and it was a little bit untidy, but in these circumstances I highly doubt either team are really going to care about how they go in, just as long as they do. And look, obviously early on in the game, Stockton forced the Carlton keeper into a pretty decent double save. The Stockton keeper's had to make a save himself, but other than that, it has been quite a tight game. I think like you can tell that there is a hell of a lot on the line. Like, games in the playoffs can quite often be like this, where a lot of it is about just making sure you don't make a mistake and picking your moments, etc. And the Stockton do find themselves 1-0 up at half time, but this game is certainly far from over, and I do feel as though the next goal is going to be pretty important. If Stockton get it, then it's going to be a long old way back for Carlton from there. But if Carlton do get it, then that really could like put the momentum in their favour. It could really like put Stockton under quite a lot of pressure. So yeah, it's certainly on a knife edge at the minute, and it's going to be a nervy 45 minutes ahead for the supporters of these clubs. But for the neutrals, hopefully it can be a bit more excitement to come. Morpeth against Hereford and Halifax against Grimsby. And obviously, when we were at it last year, and it was Ascot against Newport Pagnell in the bars. Oh, save! Good save.
He's a fish or not?
Need to get this game finished off. They're dominating at the minute.
Well, the end of it, it starts if number out.
I told you watch it out.
Get in there!
Oh, rebound! That would have been game over, that. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. 4 minutes. Full-time Stockton Town 2, Carlton Town 0. That is as professional as it gets in terms of what a high-pressure game that was. For Stockton just handled it all absolutely perfectly, especially in the second half. I thought they really did come on after the break. They were showing probably a bit less fear to get forward. They were creating more chances, creating more decent chances at that, and you always felt if they did get that second goal, then Carlton wouldn't have got back into the game from there. And I think, especially given just how sort of tough an opposition Carlton actually are, I think that probably makes it even more impressive for Stockton tonight. And I think they showed a lot of maturity as well. Like, they didn't allow themselves to get into a basketball match or anything like that, which in the playoffs especially can be a very risky thing to do. But they just like really took it by the scruff of the neck in the second half, and I think, in my opinion, in the end, deservedly have gone into the playoff final and will meet Dunstan. So it is yet another North East team going into the Northern Premier League Premier Division next season. So could be one or two exciting games coming up on this channel next season in that league. And obviously that's going to be a big game on Saturday. I mean, personally, I highly doubt I'm going to be there anyway. But yeah, it is good for the region that in the Northern Premier League East Division this season are the champions of from this area. And the playoff winners definitely will be as well, with another team of ours ultimately just falling short. But it's going to be a great final, that, and I think like Stockton will most definitely fancy their chances. They'll be feeling confident after that, especially tonight. And obviously after the last two games as well, they're winning 4-0 on the last day of the season, and they're winning pretty comfortably tonight. I think they really like showed that they've got a lot about them this year. Not just the fact that they knew when the moments would come and to sort of get the goals, etc. But just the fact that they were so like resolute throughout the night as well. Like, I don't think Carlton had many sort of big chances. As it is, it was yeah, as I say, just an all-round like really solid display from Stockton, who will now go on to host the playoff final on Saturday. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Saturday. But I'm going to be honest, I have absolutely no idea where I'm going. But until then, take care, cheers for watching. See you later.